इवनिंग स्टूडेंट्स। तो आज डिस्कस करते हैं कुछ केमिस्ट्री के PYQs, some previous year questions that have appeared in NDA and CDS. These questions, ये कुछ रिपीटिंग पैटर्न्स होते हैं क्वेश्चन के कि एग्जैक्ट ये क्वेश्चन तो नहीं आता है, बट एक थीम होता है कि इसी टाइप के क्वेश्चन या फिर इसी टॉपिक के इन्हीं टॉपिक्स के आसपास से क्वेश्चंस दे कीप रिपीटिंग इन द एग्जाम समवेयर और द अदर. So if you do the PYQs, the previous year questions, it becomes very easy for you to at least attempt 7 to 8 questions easily in one section. I'm not talking about all subjects. In one section only you will easily attempt. In science you will easily attempt 7 to 8 questions just like that. And if you have the prior knowledge of things, if you have concepts clear, if you have revised properly, तो 30 क्वेश्चन जो आते हैं सीडीएस के पेपर में साइंस में, उसमें से आप 24-25 तो आराम से कर ही लोगे. So let's do some important PYQs today. The first question is, what is the number of valence electrons in the O2 minus ions? Okay. See, in the outermost shell, whatever number of electrons are present, that is the number of valence electrons of an atom. ठीक है. अब ऑक्सीजन के outermost shell में there are 6 electrons. So for oxygen, the number of valence electrons should be 6, but it is written as O2 minus. 2 minus means it has a negative charge of 2. Now what does that mean? That means that there is an excess of 2 electrons in oxygen. 2 extra electrons hai. So 6 plus 2 extra electrons, it gives you the answer as option C, 8. Now let's move on to the next question, that which of the following is the correct electronic configuration of fluorine? Now, no need to go for rote learning or trying to memorize the electronic configuration and this and that. Apply your common sense. What is the valency of chlorine? The valency of chlorine is 1. And what does that mean? Chlorine needs 1 electron from outside to complete 8 electrons in the outermost shell. So what does that mean? अगर एक लेना है 8 बनाने के लिए, तो कितना होगा उसके outermost shell में? There will be 7 in the outermost shell. अब look at the options. Only option B has 7 in the outermost shell. The correct answer is option B, 2, 8, 7. Now, look at the next question here. What is the number of aluminium ions present in 54 grams of aluminium? यहां पे तुमको मास दे दिया है और बोला है नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स निकाल. ठीक है. Now think of the concept here. What is the formula for the number of particles? Avogadro's number into number of moles. Avogadro's number we all know, 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. We need the number of moles now. So how do we find out the moles? Given mass by molar mass. The molar mass in this case is the atomic weight. Given mass is 54. Given mass is 54. So 54. So number of moles will be given mass 54 by molar mass 27, which gives you 2. There are 2 moles. Now the number of ions, which is the number of particles, is nothing but number of moles 2 into Avogadro's number. Now you get 12.044 into 10 to the power 23. Now you will be confused. ये तो ऑप्शन में है ही नहीं. But look carefully. अगर मैं इस डेसिमल को यहां ले आ जाऊं, it becomes 1.2044 into ये 10 to the power 24 हो जाएगा in that case, क्योंकि डेसिमल में एक साइड इधर शिफ्ट करके ले आया. इसको राउंड ऑफ करके लिखोगे तो 1.2 into 10 to the power 24. We have this in the option. Option D is your correct answer. Now the next question is that which of the following is the most stable form of carbon? The correct answer is option B, graphite. Graphite is the most stable. Carbon exists in different forms. The different forms of carbon are known as allotropes. Out of that, the most stable form of carbon is graphite. The answer is option B. Now have a look here. Which of the following pairs represents isoelectronic pairs? Isoelectronic. It means that both the atoms have the same number of electrons. Now let's see which atoms have the same number of electrons. If you look at calcium and sulfur, calcium normally has 20 electrons in total, but it is calcium 2 plus. That means it has an excess of 2 positive charges. That means 2 electrons are less. Have a look at sulfur. Sulfur has 16 electrons normally, but it is written as sulfur 2 minus. That means sulfur has 2 electrons extra. So 16 plus 2 gives you 18. And for calcium, 20 minus 2, because we have 2 electrons less here. So 20 minus 2 gives you 18. So option D is your correct answer. Both calcium 2 plus and sulfur 2 minus have 18 electrons each, and it's the same electronic configuration. They have the same number of electrons, so they are known as isoelectronic pairs. Okay. Now, the next question says dihydrogen can be prepared on a commercial scale by the action of steam on hydrocarbons. When a mixture of CO, carbon monoxide, and hydrogen gas, H2 gas, is formed, what is this known as? What is this gas known as? This gas is known as water gas. The gas which is formed by a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen gas, is known as water gas. The correct answer is option A, water gas. Now, let's come to the next question, that dropsy is a disease caused due to adulteration in what? Okay? That dropsy is a disease caused due to adulteration in what? Dropsy disease happens due to adulteration in mustard oil. Alright? Just remember this. Now the next question is, which of the following statements about hydrogen is or are correct? Hydrogen has 3 isotopes, out of which protium is the most common. Alright. Hydrogen ion H plus exists freely in solution. Dihydrogen H2 acts as a reducing agent. Now here, if you look carefully, 3 is correct. Yes, dihydrogen H2 does act as a reducing agent. If you mix dihydrogen with something, it will take the oxygen out, or the hydrogen will get added. So this dihydrogen causes addition of hydrogen and removal of oxygen, which is nothing but reduction. So if this is causing the reduction, it is a reducing agent. So 3 is correct in all forms. If 3 is correct, your answer should be either A, C or D, not B. Now, hydrogen ion H plus exists freely in solution. Now the question arises, does it? Yes, it does. In an acidic solution, H plus ions do exist freely because it forms the hydronium ion. So 2 and 3 are correct. There is only one option in which both 2 and 3 are correct. It is option A. The correct answer is 1, 2 and 3. Now the next question is that which of the following statements is correct? Fullerenes have only 6-membered carbon rings. Fullerenes are cage-like molecules. Diamond is thermodynamically the most stable allotrope of carbon. Graphite is slippery and hard and is therefore used as a dry lubricant in machines. Now the question here is, graphite is not hard. Graphite is slippery and soft. It is not hard. The correct answer is option D. Graphite is slippery and hard. It is, oh no, wait. They have asked for the correct statement, right? Okay, so the correct statement here is, fullerenes have only 6-membered rings, carbon rings, no, not at all. Whenever in any statements, if you see things like none of them have 6-membered carbon rings or only 6-membered carbon, these are very extreme things, that they have only 6-membered rings. It's a very extreme thing to say, it's a very big, it's a very big claim, you can say. So such claims are most of the times wrong in the question. So A is wrong. Fullerenes are cage-like molecules, yes. If you look at the shape of fullerenes, the shape of fullerenes will look something like this. Something like this. Something like a football. But it is a 3D structure, so it looks like a closed cage. So the correct answer is option B, fullerenes are cage-like molecules. That's the correct answer. Let's look at the next question. Crystallization is a form of mechanical weathering. Yes, it is. Because whenever water crystallizes inside a rock, it breaks down the rock mechanically, it causes cracks. It is a type of mechanical weathering. Hydration causes granular disintegration. Yes, it does. Whenever rocks get hydrated, whenever they take up water, they start disintegrating into small granules. And then frost action is synonymous with freeze thaw action. Yes, it is. Freeze thaw action or frost action means ki you freeze something and then it becomes very brittle. And then a simple shock can actually break it down. So all 1, 2, and 3 are correct. The option D is the correct answer. Now, which of the following acids is a mineral acids? See, citric acid is found in citrus fruits. Ascorbic acid is found in apples. Tartaric acid is found in tamarinds. So these three are organic acids. They come from organic sources. But B, hydrochloric acid is a mineral acid, or you can say an inorganic acid. So the correct answer is option B, hydrochloric acid is the mineral acid in this list. Now look at this question. Which of the following is the correct statement regarding the reaction of fluorine with water? So now look here. If you see, F2 has become F minus here. So what does that mean? That means that fluorine has gained an electron. And gaining of an electron is nothing but oxidation. Oxidation means gaining an electron. Reduction means losing an electron. So fluorine has gained an electron here. It is getting oxidized. The correct answer is option A. Fluorine is oxidized to F minus. Now the next question is, which of the following is or are amphoteric in nature? Amphoteric in nature means something that shows acidic characteristic also and basic characteristic also. So here the answer is option D, aluminum hydroxide. Aluminum hydroxide is amphoteric in nature because it shows basic characteristics also and it shows little bit of acidic characteristics as well. Now how the next question is very easy. How is the mass number of an atom determined? All right. So what is mass number? When you add up the number of protons and the number of neutrons present inside an electron, that is the mass number of the electron. Oh, sorry, that is the mass number of an atom. When you add up the number of protons and the number of neutrons, that gives you the mass number of the atom. And if you take just the number of protons in an atom, that gives you the atomic number. All right. So the atomic mass or the mass number, how do we determine it? We determine it by adding the number of protons and the number of neutrons. The answer is option D. Now look at this question here. Which of the following statements is significant in relation to this above reaction? That 2 moles of carbon monoxide is reacting with 1 mole of O2 to give you 2 moles of carbon dioxide. So look here. See, when they are reacting, carbon monoxide is reacting with oxygen in a 2:1 ratio. 2 carbon monoxides are reacting with 1 oxygen, 1 mole of O2. So the correct answer is option C. When they react, CO reacts with O2 in a 2:1 mole ratio because 2 CO is reacting with 1 O2. Now look at the next question. Oxygen gas is easily produced at a faster rate by heating a mixture of potassium chlorate and manganese dioxide than heating potassium chlorate alone. All right. So now what they are saying is that कि ऑक्सीजन गैस को फास्टर बना सकते हो कैसे? अगर तुम पोटेशियम क्लोरेट के साथ मैग्नीशियम डाइऑक्साइड मिलाओगे इंस्टेड ऑफ जस्ट हीटिंग पोटेशियम क्लोरेट अलोन, तो तुम्हारा वाटर जल्दी बनेगा, सॉरी ऑक्सीजन तुम्हारा जल्दी बनेगा। और स्टेटमेंट टू कह रहा है मैंगनीज डाइऑक्साइड एक्ट्स एज अ नेगेटिव कैटलिस्ट। हाउ? अगर नेगेटिव कैटलिस्ट होगा, अगर नेगेटिव कैटलिस्ट होगा तो वो रिएक्शन को रोकेगा, उसको फास्ट नहीं करेगा। इट्स नॉट अ नेगेटिव कैटलिस्ट। द थिंग इज दैट कि इट इज अ कैटलिस्ट, मैग्नीशियम डाइऑक्साइड इज अ कैटलिस्ट बट नॉट अ नेगेटिव कैटलिस्ट। द थिंग इज कि ऑक्सीजन गैस, स्टेटमेंट 1 इज करेक्ट, ठीक है, but statement 2 is not the explanation of statement 1. Now look at the next question here. Color of nitrogen dioxide changes to colorless at lower temperatures. At low temperature nitrogen tetroxide is formed which is colorless. Now here statement 1 and 2 both are true and statement 2 is actually the explanation of statement 1 as well. So the correct answer is both of them are true and 2 is the explanation of 1. The answer is option A. Now look at the next question. It's match the following. ठीक है, सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड, कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड, एसिटिक एसिड, हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड, मैच द फॉलोइंग. सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड इज एन alkali, calcium oxide is a base, acetic acid is a weak acid, hydrochloric acid is a strong acid. So the correct sequence here should be A2 B4. There is only one option with A2 and B4, that is option B. So option B is your correct answer. Now the next question is, which of among the following is used in making gunpowder? The correct answer is potassium nitrate. Potassium nitrate is used for making gunpowder, which is used in explosive. Bomb बनाने में use होता है. अब the next question is, the cleaning action of soap and detergent in water is due to the formation of what? इसका आंसर ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री में है. इसका आंसर आप सोचिए और बताइए मुझे नीचे कमेंट सेक्शन में that what is the correct answer for this question. Option A missile, option B salt, option C base and option D acid. ठीक है? So I hope this session was useful for you. I hope you like the class. I hope these PYQs helped you understand कि कैसे questions आपके actual exam में आ सकते हैं and what kind of themes and patterns you can predict for the exam. ठीक है? I hope this class will help you and a very happy Diwali to all of you. Good night, Shubhratri, Jai Hind. See you all in my next class.